Oh, I love it. Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to the show. Welcome to
Now
It's Still
everybody.
Real to Me. I'm your host, John Kucher, aka Jonny Fashion. With me as always, Big Bad Harmon. What's going on, my man?
What's going on, brother?
Hey, you're still doing that, huh?
Yes.
Okay, cool. And it looks like the Gregulator's video feed is already frozen. I believe his audio is still going. Greg, you still there, pal?
I am still here.
Awesome. I'm sure that video lag will catch up at some point, but as long as I can hear your sweet, sweet voice, we'll be all set.
The
We'll be made in the
dulcet
shade.
tones of the Gregulator.
Yeah. Anyway, how you doing, Greg? Thanks for joining us.
No problem. I love coming on the show.
Well, we love having you. Well, very good. So tonight we're talking Royal Rumble. It's our preview and prediction show. We do them for almost every single pay-per-view that WWE puts out, and today is no different. So doing the Royal Rumble tonight, which is going to be on Sunday. I don't know how you fellas feel, but Royal Rumble is always a favorite of mine. I love it. I love the surprises. I love the build usually. Harmon, what's your history with the Royal Rumble? Is it one of your favorites, or is this just another one for you? Oh boy, Harmon. Harmon, turn your audio on, big man. This show's going to hell in a handbasket. Greg, how are you doing?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. How about you? What's the Royal Rumble look like in your eyes in the past?
Royal Rumble has always been a favorite of mine. I love the Royal Rumble. I love the concept. Probably one of the first things I ever watched wrestling-wise was Royal Rumble. I remember renting a VHS from a video store. Three of those things I don't think exist anymore. Um, and I've loved it ever since. I owned a bunch of them. Like, man, I think I knew like the entrance by heart, going through like 95 to like 99. I think I could have told you because I've watched it so many times.
Right.
Um, I love it. I have high hopes. I really am hoping they won't be dashed, but we'll see.
We will see. Harmon, did you get your mic figured out yet? What are you doing over there? Nothing? Unbelievable. I expect a little more from a varsity letterman. Looks like it's just Greg and I for now. I don't know why Harmon's mic isn't working, but so anyway, this year's Royal Rumble, man, I'm excited about it. I'm really excited. I feel the card. Just looking at the card, it looks pretty stacked through and through. Besides the except for the Royal Rumble match itself, all the titles. Well, actually, no, the heavyweight title is on the line in the Rumble, so all the titles are on the line. It seems so. That's always fun. So we'll just go right down the card. Let's go per Wikipedia. Usually is how we get our list here. It looks like match one. You never know what they're gonna start with, but match one, let's just say, is this weird tag match, and it's a fatal four-way tag team match, and the winners get 2 spots into the Royal Rumble match. You're gonna go with Darren Young and Damian Sandow, weird combo there, versus the Dudley Boys, versus the Ascension, versus Mark Henry and Jack Swagger. Again, another weird tag team. Don't really know how those guys fit with each other, but so be it. A weird match, but I like the stipulation. Gives it some kind of purpose. The winners get to enter the Royal Rumble. I think it'll be an okay match. I like a Damian Sandow sighting whenever I can get one. Greg, how do you feel about this?
My number one question is Darren Young, who has a tag team partner. Why isn't he teaming with his tag team partner?
Mm-hmm.
That's the weirdest thing that jumps up to me.
Yeah, makes sense.
I mean, it's cool that Damien Sandow's there because we haven't seen him in like months. Um, and then, of course, the Dudley Boys, the Ascension. Um, but I see this going Mark Henry and Jack Swagger. I mean, I think that would be the obvious choice of who do you want to get in the Rumble that's not already in the Rumble.
Mm-hmm. I don't know, I'd go with like, I don't know. I'll go Swagger. I think Swagger. Um, Man, they failed again with Swagger with the whole Del Rio thing. And I just always want good things to happen with Swagger. So I would prefer it would be him. And I guess if Mark Henry has to come along with him, sure. But I have a feeling they'll give it to the Dudleys just because they seem to be the more popular two of the group here. So I don't know. Harmon, are you back yet?
Can you guys hear me yet?
Oh, yeah, we can. There you are. Yay.
Woo!
Yeah, I don't know what happened there, man. You were good, and then you just went away. So,
Yeah, I don't know.
yeah.
Google Hangouts.
Google Hangouts, man. You gotta love that technology. So we were talking about this weird fatal four-way. Who do you got taking this thing, earning 2 spots into the Royal Rumble?
I'm gonna have to go with Swagger and Henry.
Yeah, you think so?
Yeah, because I mean, you really want the Ascension in there. I mean, I'd like to see Damien Sandow in there. Maybe he has, a face-to-face with the Miz or something, and they reignite that, feud. But, anything really. Mark Henry, he's probably going to be retiring soon. Throw him out there, get him in some matches before he quits. I mean, retires.
Right. I don't know. I brought up the Dudleys. I feel like it's going to be the Dudleys. They're on Raw. It seems like every week now, and I can't imagine them not being in the Rumble, especially Bubba Ray making like a weird appearance last year in the Rumble. So I don't know. I would love it if it was Swagger. You guys know I got the biggest Swagger hard on. I'm wearing a Swagger wristband right now. What do you think about that? If that doesn't say I love Swagger, I don't know what does. But not thrilled about Henry coming along with him. But I don't know. It'll be a cool opening match if they use it for an opening. But who knows?
Mark Henry's only one of a couple of guys that are still left over from the Attitude Era. So,
yeah.
He's climbing the ladder. He's going to reach the top here in a minute. He's going to be all done.
Yep.
He wants to be at WrestleMania. It's probably not going to happen because he hasn't been on TV much. I doubt they're going to put a guy on at WrestleMania who's only had 4 matches in the last year. So
yeah, I don't know, man. Yeah,
but then again, the Undertaker's there every year, so.
Well, yeah, but he's a little bit more of a draw than Mark Henry, I think. I don't know. I'm not a wrestling fan at all, so I don't know.
I get it.
Anyway.
All White Mania. I get it.
No, oh, easy, Vince. Settle down.
Well, you know how they're doing the all white Oscars this year.
Yeah, I heard something about that. I don't know. I don't really pay attention to anything besides wrestling. So moving along, we've got. I guess we'll drop down to the bottom here, and we'll go with the tag team match. We'll work our way up here. So, tag team title match. We got the New Day, Big E, Kofi Kingston, and or Xavier Woods versus the Usos, Jimmy and Jay. I was thinking about this earlier, and I don't know, man. I think the New Day are so entertaining and so fun and so cool. They're almost like outshining the tag titles, and I know that that's like a horrible thing to say because I'm a big fan of the tag titles and the tag division, or at least I have been in the past. But they haven't done anything with it in such a long time, and even though New Day are the champs, it's like they don't really have any real viable contenders. I mean, the Usos are credible, but they're just boring, man. They're so boring to me. So I'm not thrilled to see this match. I'm thrilled to see the New Day, but I think I would get just as much New Day fix, if they're all in the Rumble. So, I don't know, Greg. What do you think about that? What do you think about this match?
I think I have a weird feeling that Usos are going to pick up the win here and get the titles. I don't really know why. New Day's on such a roll with everything that they've got going on that you probably want to keep the titles on them. But like you said, they're so much bigger than the titles. Um, you know, it could even be possible for them at this point to go after some singles titles. Um, and I think that would be a cool direction for them to go. Maybe feud with like Dean Ambrose for the IC title if the Owens thing doesn't keep going on between him and Ambrose. So I don't know. I'm gonna go. Usos win the titles.
All right,
Uh,
that makes sense. Harmon, what are you thinking?
I agree with Greg. I think maybe they'll get the titles on the Usos, and then maybe, hopefully, the only other tag team that matters right now is the Ascension, because Stardust is with them. And we can get the Ascension on TV more, we get more Stardust, and that'll make me happy.
That'll make a lot of people happy, my man. That'll make me happy. I love Stardust. They gotta do something with that guy. And if it's, like you said, through the Ascension, being, vying for the titles, and I'm all for that as well.
Did you? This is a little off topic, but did you see the tweets that the Tough Enough winner there, Josh Burdell, put out?
Yeah.
He put on there hashtag social jobbers.
Yeah, and then they've since been deleted, but man, he got a lot of backlash for that.
Yeah, Kevin Owens started out with, "Oh, look at me knowing the fancy insider terms."
Nice.
And Stardust was like, "Fuck you, forget being blocked, you're banned. Have fun changing in the hallway."
Oh wow! Oh, I didn't see that. I knew that he said something, but wow, that's awesome. Good for Stardust.
But then, then the social outcasts all got in on it, and it got pretty personal. Like Adam Rose was talking about how he was training to be a wrestler while his son was dying in the hospital.
Oh wow!
That's how much he loves wrestling.
Holy shit! Unbelievable.
And you think about it. I mean, yeah, it sounds like just a little quick jab. If he was internet smart like us or something, but
Right.
he's there working with these guys who have put in 5, 10, 15 years to get where they are, and he won a fucking game show.
Yeah.
He came right from getting cut from the NFL to being on a reality TV show and getting a better contract than almost everybody in NXT. When they start out.
Oh right,
and,
yeah.
And
that guy's a dope.
And then the people that are down in NXT and on the main roster, they live, eat, sleep, breathe wrestling. They have it in their blood. They want to do it all the time. And this, walk on.
This jagoff.
Yeah. And I guess Bull Dempsey had some really good ones thrown back at him. He was saying, I defended you, I stuck up for you, and you do this. He says, how about you leave wrestling better when you left, better than how you left, entered it or something like that.
Right, yeah.
And,
oh, wow.
And then, everybody, blocked him. So he has, no friends now.
Oh, wow.
Performance Center.
Yeah. That guy's terrible anyway.
Oh, bad.
Anyway.
The wrong guy won. Tough Enough, without a doubt.
Yeah. I didn't watch Tough Enough at all. I know some of the people that were on there, mainly the ladies, because of Harmon. but yeah, I don't really know too much about the Tough Enough. I know that guy just because he was on Breaking Ground a little bit near the beginning. But yeah, I didn't like him. I thought he was kind of a dope. And yeah, what a shitty thing to do. What a really dumb career move. Oh man. Anyway, so you guys are both going Usos. I don't know how it's gonna go. I think it might stay New Day. I could definitely see it going Usos, but again, I don't really care because they've done nothing to solidify like the tag division. It's great that you're going to put the belts on New Day, which is what we all wanted, but you got to have some credible contenders, and it just
Who
felt
are the
like,
contenders right now? Who are the tag teams right now? I mean, you've got the Lucha Dragons.
well, you
Sin
don't
Cara's
even have
still
the Lucha
hurt.
Dragons right now because Sin Cara's like out hurt and Kalisto's doing a singles thing, so
Right, and
you don't even
primetime
have.
players. Titus is doing a singles thing, and Darren Young's tagging with Damian Sandow.
Yeah, the Dudleys, but they've got a thing going on with the Wyatts. But I mean,
Right.
and that didn't even go anywhere. They had a feud with New Day, and it just didn't go anywhere. They just can't write the tag division well at all. It's just pretty terrible nowadays. It seems pretty easy for. I mean, New Day is awesome and they're great, but it just seems like it doesn't take much to outgrow the tag division, especially with those three guys that have such.
Perfect time to call up my boys,
Who we got?
Enzo and Cass.
Oh, Enzo and Cass, yeah, I know, right? That would immediately put some legitimacy back into the tag division. I mean, that would be. I know that the comparison is made endlessly, but it's like throwing the New Age Outlaws back in there, man. Like they're that good with the crowd and on the mic, and it's so fun with those guys. I mean, I don't know what they're waiting for. I just, I don't get it. So.
Yeah, I think Big Cass could be something special on the roster. He's a great big tall blonde guy. He's got that kind of test look, but he's not always wearing leather pants and a shirt.
Right. Right.
He's not wearing a puka necklace.
Sure. Yeah. Hey, man. Those were the times back then. Anyway, moving on. We'll go with the Divas match for the Divas Championship. Charlotte with her daddy, Ric Flair, versus Becky Lynch. This is one that I have actually really liked the build to this. I don't know how you guys feel about it, but I really liked kind of the slow build and then how it just went up a notch, maybe starting like 2 or 3 weeks ago, where it just immediately became something big. And
Right.
I think the addition of Ric Flair was helpful. I think that it was maybe not totally. Well, I think it was necessary, but I think that it's a little sad that it was necessary because I really wanted these divas to have this revolution and really get out on their own. But obviously, it didn't go over well, and obviously WWE didn't feel that it was doable with just them, so they bring in the Nature Boy Ric Flair to kind of carry it, which I loved. And I'm excited for this match. I think both these girls can wrestle. I know people are critical of Charlotte, but she's done pretty good lately, and Becky's phenomenal. So I think Becky takes this one. I think she really does. I don't know why. I just got a feeling she wins, and I love that because I love Becky Lynch. So we'll start with you, Harmon. What do you think?
I would love for the last kicker to win this one. She's already said that she's going to take the belt and she's going to take Charlotte's arm. And she put a pretty good whooping on Tamina the other day, pretty quick.
Yeah.
Yeah. The only thing is, it's like there's a problem that's going to creep up, and it's already started. Total Divas is back on television. So we had Natalya in a match the other night, bringing with her down to the ring Paige, who
Really?
3 months ago, Paige was the one who attacked Natty backstage, and that's why Natty wasn't on TV, but she comes back with Paige because it's Total Divas season. So forget everything about the Divas division. It's Total Divas time.
Yeah, Total Divas is the worst thing to happen to women's wrestling. It's just the worst.
It really is.
Storylines don't coincide with each other. I mean, it's just it's not reality, and it's scripted reality but it's a completely different storyline, and it doesn't make any sense. And they try to incorporate it into some stories, and then they dive in, they dive out, they dive in, they dive out, and it's just I can't wrap my head around it at all. I don't know. Paige, I know that you guys love Paige and everybody loves Paige, and I've been very critical of Paige. I think Paige is fine, but the way they write her character and the way that they book her like is pretty atrocious. I mean, you think of how short of a time she's actually been on the main roster and how many like
Oh,
dips and stuff and how many turns her character's done.
she turns more than Big Show and Mark Henry.
Yeah, I mean it's terrible. You know, I feel like it's hard to get any kind of momentum going, or it's just really hard to watch when you're like, oh, what page are we gonna see tonight? And that's not part of the story. It's just like, oh, where are they gonna go with this? Oh, is she heel? Is she face? Is she like? And anything she does like just doesn't make any sense. You know?
Yeah.
I just don't get it. I don't know. I see Greg popped off for a bit, so I don't know if he's coming back. So, so you're thinking Lynch as well, Harmon, or are you?
I am. I think
Yeah.
they've been building her up enough. I think it's.
Yeah.
I mean, I know Charlotte hasn't had the belt that long, but they don't give a crap about this division anyway. So you don't really need a long standing champion. So
Right. No, I mean I agree. I think that it won't hurt Charlotte at all to drop the belt to Becky. If anything, I think it kind of instills their rivalry, and I would love for them to continue this rivalry. I think Charlotte makes a really good heel because it's natural. Her dad's friggin' the dirtiest player in the game, Ric Flair. So why wouldn't you make her heel? It just makes sense, you know. Just leave her as heel. When she came in too, like into NXT, she was I believe she was a heel. She was with Summer Rae and Sasha Banks.
Yeah, they're the besties or whatever.
Yeah, so it's like, and she played that pretty well back then. So, you know, I don't know what they're doing, but you know, just leave her alone for a bit. Just let her be a heel, and everything will be okay. Like, don't flip flop and don't get into muddy waters where, like, you know, is she face? Is she heel? Now her and Becky Lynch are friends. Now,
well, and I think it's it's easier to make somebody a heel who's not as polished as Becky Lynch. Becky Lynch is she's the perfect baby face right now, you know.
Yeah.
She's busting her butt to get the title. She puts on entertaining matches. She doesn't do anything to be, heelish. Everything she's doing is aggression and drive. And, Charlotte's being the daddy's girl, using her dad to get in there.
Yeah, I think right now what they're doing is perfect.
The entitled champion, right now. So
yeah, I think it's fine. What they're doing right now is great. It's perfect. Don't change a thing, except
and with the flaws in Charlotte's game in, being on the mic and being repetitive in the ring, being a heel is better for her. She can make mistakes and they don't seem as bad when you're a heel,
Right. And I think having Rick around is nice. Good.
It's a nice safety blanket,
Yeah.
It's like Gronkowski, you got that outlet, you got that release, that safety valve,
Right, exactly.
You guys all know Rob Gronkowski, right? Plays for the Patriots, going to the AFC Championship game again.
Oh my God, I had a good Facebook debate today with Mr. Steven Chappa, part of the Smart and Mark gang, Steven Chappa, and some other people. I believe I tagged Josh in there. I don't know if he replied or not, but because he's a big Denver fan. But yeah, oh my God, I was defending our boy Brady. You got to do it when people attack. You got to do it. So
what's there to defend? 4 Super Bowls.
I know.
10 conference championship games. 2-time MVP. I mean, I don't know what to.
I don't know, man. I mean, I didn't.
HGH. I mean, just the list goes on and on.
Oh man.
Doesn't have a forehead like a radar dome.
Yeah, it wasn't much of a. I don't know. It didn't take a lot of effort on my part. I mean, It was just like, oh well, here are the facts. He's the best of all time. Sorry. Here it is.
Sorry. I mean, how many rings are over here?
Right, exactly. So, anyway, that's our little football break.
Yeah. You're not a Patriots
so
fan. Well,
what's that?
Said, oh, if you're not a Patriots fan, sucks to be you, nerd.
Sucks to be you, nerd. Oh man. All right. Well, moving on, we've got the U.S. title match. Alberto Del Rio versus Kalisto. Dude, what a weird thing that was. Like that they just give Kalisto the belt for like a day.
You know what? I think they should give it back to him. I saw a clip today. It was on Facebook of Kalisto and who was it? It was Ricochet, and they just had this. Have you seen that video?
No.
It's amazing. It's 2 minutes of them running the ropes, just throwing everything at each other, and always landing on their feet. Like nobody wins.
Oh man,
just complete stalemate.
Oh,
so good.
Bummer.
And they're like in a tag match too, like facing each other, and their partners are just like, yeah, we're not getting in this match.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah.
But yeah, I like it. I mean, these guys have had some good back and forth matches. You've got the stronger style of Alberto, and you've got the flashy, quick lucha moves of the Russian. I mean, Kalisto.
Right. I like Kalisto a lot. I think that he's not terrible on the mic. He's cliche and he is what he is. He's not riveting. He's not gonna like blow your socks off with a nasty promo, but he's better than I thought he would be. And the only problem with him is I don't see his shtick kind of hanging around for a long time. Like people want to say like, oh, he's the second coming of Rey Mysterio, and it's like, well, no, it's just that he is Rey Mysterio. I mean, like that's his move set, but he's not groundbreaking like Rey Mysterio, because there's other guys that can do similar stuff to him. I mean, if you look at Neville does, a lot of the same high-flying moves. They have guys that are super athletic that can do something like that. And I like Kalisto. Don't get me wrong. I think Kalisto's fine, and I think that he'll be around for a while, but I don't think he's going to be like the next like thing. I don't think he's going to be Rey Mysterio status. I'm surprised that he's already a one-time U.S. champion. I will say that. I'm already surprised at that.
You got to figure too with Ray. Ray had the benefit of coming in with guys that he had already worked with at WCW, and he had Eddie Guerrero and Chavo. So those were two other guys that could instantly be a match for him in the ring. And they had the storylines too. I mean, you cared about Rey Mysterio. He was the plucky underdog. He was just the little guy trying to make it with all the rest of these big guys, because there wasn't a viable cruiserweight division.
Right.
And he was taking on the Big Show and Mark Henry, just taking on all these big guys and pulling it out. And he had an exciting moveset, and he had the matches where he would put his honor on the line with the mask. And I don't think the mask means as much anymore as it used to, but that was always the thing. Somebody always wanted to know who was under the mask, and they don't do that anymore.
Well, I think the internet ruined that, and WCW ruined that because like they demasked Rey Mysterio. But I don't know. I mean, I could see like Kalisto like pulling something out like that. Like that would be a fine angle with him and Del Rio. I mean, they're both Mexican characters, and like that would be something that they could add to this feud, is where Del Rio wants something in return for putting his belt on the line, at some point, and Kalisto says, well, I'll put my mask on the line. Like, and that's important because Del Rio knows like the history of that, it's simple stuff like that. It's history repeating itself.
This just came to me, and I think it's funny, but I think that there should be a certain long-haired fella come down with a mask on and wrestle an entire match with these guys, like in a triple threat match, and then at the end he takes the mask off and it's Neville.
Right. Yeah. He's got a pretty distinct like body though, so it'd be hard to kind of disguise. I mean, unless he was like in a bodysuit, but I don't know. That'd be cool.
It's happened.
Hey, Greg Marston's back in the house.
Hey.
Hey, there you go, buddy. Sorry you got booted out for a little bit. I don't know what that was all about.
I don't know.
All right, well, I'm glad you're back. So we were just talking about Alberto Del Rio and Kalisto, the U.S. title. How do you think that thing's going to go down, Greg?
I see. I can't imagine they go back to Kalisto with the title again.
Keep in mind, he is a former U.S. champion.
Oh, yes, I'm well aware. For 2 whole days. Well, I guess technically 1.
Right.
Yeah, but I can't imagine him losing it back to Kalisto. I mean, that's kind of ridiculous. So I would say Alberto Del Rio here. It should be an entertaining match, though, because I think Kalisto's friggin' insane.
Yeah.
Just the crap he does is crazy.
Yeah, no, I agree, and I think Alberto Del Rio at this stage in his career is pretty good at like kind of being that ring general. Like I think he's a really good carrier of matches. He can really carry the match, and the only thing I besides me finding Del Rio kind of boring a little bit because he worked kind of slow, and I know Harmon, I know that you love that, but I think that like he doesn't sell very well. Like I don't know why. I feel like he should be a better seller at this point in his career because he's a veteran. He's been around for a long time, and there's been like certain matches where I'm like, okay, like that doesn't make any sense. Why isn't he selling that leg? And he's jumping off the top rope without like any kind of sell. I'm just like, all right, but I don't mind him. I think he carries a match pretty well, and I think he'll do the same in this match. With the younger Kalisto, and I don't know where they're going to go with it. I would be surprised if it went back to Kalisto as well. I think that Del Rio holding on to it keeps the League of Nations, powerful still. So they got to have some kind of gold there. So
see, I think Del Rio's character right now, he believes he is the Mexican Brock Lesnar. He's always out there popping the pecs and flexing as hard as he can now because he looks like $1 million.
It looks
so
great.
He's gonna go out there. He's gonna no sell, being hurt, and he's trying to be as tough and as mean as possible. So, when you're that tough and that mean, and you're trying to be, the Mexican Lesnar, you can't be getting hurt.
Yeah, no, I mean I get it, but it just seems like it's not so much the character as much as like he's just kind of forgetting to sell certain things. I don't know. And god damn it, I want Jack Swagger in this feud. I want Jack Swagger as my United States champion. That's what I want. Damn it. Come on, WWE, make it happen. So frustrating that they just that whole thing just fizzled out. It was just a weird way to bring Del Rio back with what's his face there. What's his name? I'm drawing a blank on his. Who's that?
Zeb Coulter.
Yeah, Coulter. There you go. And then out of nowhere, he just like leaves, and Swagger's feud goes away. Wah wah wah. And now he's tagging with the world's strongest man, Mark Henry. Ugh.
They're gonna get in the Rumble, and Swagger's gonna be your new WWE Heavyweight Champion.
I would lose my shit if that happened. Oh my god, that would be insane. Never gonna happen. Anyway, I have Del Rio retaining. I'm assuming you both do as well. Yeah, all right. Let's go with the IC title. That's on the line. We're gonna have Dean Ambrose versus Kevin Owens. Coincidentally, Harmon logged off for some strange reason. I don't know are you guys having like weird connect problems, but Harmon's like logging off.
Well, Let me ask you this: have you ever seen both of us in one room at the same time?
That's the funny thing right there. If I see Harmon like pop up like behind you, that's gonna be the weirdest thing ever. Harmon loves talking about Kevin Owens. That's very strange that he's not here right now. I think this build has also been very good. I've loved how kind of like both of them have gotten a turn. Like 1 week, KO will just smash Dean Ambrose, and then the next week Ambrose will come back and smash Owens and just leave him on the broken announce table and just looking like a wild man. So I've loved this build so much. Hey Harmon, I'm talking about Kevin Owens. Have you ever heard of him?
I love that guy.
I bet you do. No, I was just saying that they've each had a turn at kicking the shit out of each other week by week. So, and I love it. I think it's this match, it being a last man standing match, adds a completely awesome element to this. And it's going to be a great match, I think. And they've kind of gone at it a few times now, and this is going to be probably their best match yet, just because they've gotten so familiar with each other, over the last couple months, working with each other.
One of the few matches where I really have no idea who can win this match.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if either one of them won. They could both just, be counted out. It could be a double count out and Dean keeps the belt, or something like, not a double count out because it's last man standing, but I don't know. It could be something where it's, they both just fight till they're both dead and Dean keeps the belt.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. These guys have the capabilities to pull something off like that, where it's going to be such a hardcore, crazy match. And I'm sure it leaves the ring.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
If this was like a pro wrestling guerrilla show and these two guys were the headline, it would be 45 minutes of just beating the crap out of each other.
Well, that's another thing. Greg, how long do you think this match lasts? Because, the Rumble takes up a ton of time. I don't know if this match gets the time that it rightfully deserves being a last man standing match.
It probably won't. I think the tag titles and U.S. titles will be probably pretty shortened. I have a feeling they're going to give the ladies a little bit of time. And I think this will be the second longest match compared to the Rumble. So I do hope that they give them some time, because these guys are great together. This is a great feud. Lucky for WWE writers that this pretty much writes itself. You get two great characters and two guys that are great on the mic and just brawlers in the ring. And
if I'm Dean Ambrose and Kevin Owens, I don't want writers touching this feud.
I know.
Just stay away. You stay away. We'll take care of this.
Yeah.
Mike, and let me talk.
You don't need your finger in our pie. Okay, get out of here.
No, I agree, man. I think everything they're doing is just right now. I was thinking about this the other day because I just kind of fell down a Kevin Owens rabbit hole on Twitter. I could read his tweets for just hours.
He's the king of Twitter. He
oh
really
my
is.
God. It's amazing. Just his sarcasm, his comebacks, he the amount of stuff that he does, somebody will insult him and then he'll just
go through their picture.
He'll post their profile picture. And it'll just be yeah, nice profile picture. He's just who does that? That's crazy.
Yeah, I don't know. He's something else. He is really the king of Twitter. He really is.
Man. What a find too. For WWE. Just like you guys said. Just they don't have to do anything. It's just plug and play.
I love when he comes down for commentary and just tells Michael to call the match and tells Byron to just shut up. I don't want to hear your voice.
Yeah.
And JBL, nice to see you. He hams it up with JBL a little bit, but he's like, Michael, do you even see what's going on in this match right now? It's awesome.
He told Byron the other night to do his job. He's like, Byron, you're not even saying anything. Do your job. And he said it in his Canadian accent. So funny. So good. He was so good.
Job.
I think it was Monday night. He told them, he's like, "Why aren't you saying anything?" And then he started talking. He told him to shut up.
Yeah. Yeah. Why aren't you saying anything? Why aren't you saying anything? Shut up.
Oh my God, it's great. So yeah, I don't know who can take this one. I'd like to see. I think Dean retains, but I don't. It's hard to visualize KO like not getting up. You know, I've seen Dean too many times really get the shit kicked out of him and not be able to get up. Like, you know, with like the Wyatts, and I don't know, he's had a lot of feuds like that where he's just like he's the guy getting the shit kicked out of him. Where KO is kind of not like that. You see KO on the other end, you know, basically pummeling guys like Sami Zayn and Neville to where they can't get up. So it's going to be interesting to see which way they go with this. And I don't know.
I'm trying to think of a way to make this feud last till Mania.
Yeah.
I think it started too long ago to make it last till Mania, which kind of sucks. But
Yeah.
if they ended it some way, like if neither of them made the count, they'd have to keep it going, and then you'd have like, you know what they haven't done in a while is done like a series of like a best of 7 or something for the IC title.
Yeah.
Have like the final match at WrestleMania. I mean, that would time out pretty well.
That would be great. That's a great idea. Yeah. I think the last time I saw that in like WWE was like Booker T and Benoit. I think in like WCW. You know, I think
haven't done it in a while, but
yeah. But that's a great idea. They should do something like that because this would definitely be an awesome highlight of WrestleMania. I don't know, man. I'm gonna say if I have to pick one, I'm going to say. I'm gonna say Dean Ambrose retains. I can't see them taking it off him just yet. I think he carries it too well. Not that KO doesn't. I think KO carries it very well also, but I don't know. I just don't see it being a necessary change. So, Harmon, I'm assuming you're gonna pick Kevin Owens.
You are assuming correctly because I think the League of Nations will be holding all of the titles going into Mania.
And Kevin Owens is what, going to join League of Nations?
Yeah, he's going to be the Canadian contingent.
Ugh. Gross. Terrible. Oh man. Yeah, that's not a bad angle either. If they're gonna,
he's going to be McMahon's boy.
Yeah, that'd be good too. I think them taking out Lesnar too is something too that could work that in there.
Roman versus All match there last week. Kevin Owens was the guy that wrestled most of that match with Roman Reigns. So
that's true. Yeah, it's definitely believable. I wouldn't have a problem with that at all. I mean, I don't know. Sure.
He did show up at that show, that NXT show, and tell Sami Zayn that Vincent Kennedy McMahon handpicked him to fight Roman Reigns, and then he told Sami Zayn that Vince McMahon doesn't even know who he is, and
yeah,
Sami Zayn give him the hell of a kick right out of the ring.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So, Greg, who are you going with?
Ambrose to retain. Just won it, so I don't see him losing it.
Yep, right on. Cool. All right, moving on. We've got the big match, Royal Rumble match. 30 dudes in a ring trying to toss each other over. It's one of my favorite moments in wrestling in the year. I'm a big fan of the Royal Rumble. Confirmed 10 entrants so far that they let you know about. So
10 out of the 12 people we have on the roster.
Right. So we'll see what happens. General thoughts. Where are you guys going with this? Greg, we'll start with you.
I have high hopes. The last 4 Royal Rumbles have been really shitty. I really hope this is redemption year where they surprise us with the winner. I looked at the betting odds today, which I shouldn't have, but the odds-on favorite right now is Triple H to win the Royal Rumble.
Interesting.
Which I I get where they would go with that, screw over Roman Reigns. He could be in the match, which I think he should be in the match, but I think he should be in the match solely to eliminate Reigns and set up their match at WrestleMania. I think that should be his role. I don't think that he should win the title. Triple H and Reigns, I think they set up a great program for them. I don't think they need a title to make that match interesting at WrestleMania. I personally, I think the way to go with the winner, and I think I'm going to go out on a limb and guess the winner of the 2016 Royal Rumble will be Bray Wyatt. This is a excellent time to put the title on somebody new. Bray deserves the title, and Bray goes on to WrestleMania to face Brock Lesnar. And if you think about it, it's not that out there because you look at who they've got left that isn't injured. There's not a whole lot left for Brock at WrestleMania. You think maybe Bray Wyatt. I heard Kevin Owens' name thrown out there. I just don't know how they would get a Kevin Owens Brock Lesnar thing started before WrestleMania. I mean, I don't know how they would go with that. I just think putting the title on Bray and then having him feud with Lesnar would be super different and really interesting. I think AJ Styles will debut in this match. I know they tried to throw us off the trail with that, with some crazy explanation for why he won't be there, which what makes me think that he will be there. Something about having him debut the Monday night after Royal Rumble, because a lot of people don't know who he is, but that's kind of bull crap. I mean, you are going to have people that don't know who he is, but I mean, you're going to have people that don't know some wrestlers. It doesn't matter. The people who know who he is, it's going to be like the highlight of the match if he shows up. So I definitely think AJ Styles will debut. I think Bray Wyatt will take it all. I think Roman Reigns and Triple H will kind of eliminate each other in some way. I think Triple H will just be, his focus will be taking Reigns out and then eliminate himself. I don't know how it's going to happen, but I really think Bray's going to take it all.
That is a very bold prediction. That is an ultimate fantasy, and I love it. I don't want to give WWE that much credit, though. I think it's believable. I agree with you. I would love to see it, because as you know, I'm a big Bray Wyatt fan. But they have just fucked him over so many times that I just can't see them giving him the title. Like, he jobs to basically all the top guys whenever he feuds with them. I cannot see them doing that. I think he would be a great champion. I don't think the WWE, the words WWE World Heavyweight Championship has ever come out of his mouth. I know the other night he said that he wants to win the Rumble, but I don't necessarily think that's for the belt, for him. I think he just wants to, his character wants to come in and cause destruction and basically take out about as much people and just rule the world. But I don't think he gives two shits about the belt. Harmon, I feel like you have some strong feelings about that exact point, so I'll let you go. What do you think about that?
I completely agree with what you're both saying. Bray Wyatt would be a dream scenario. I, for whatever reason, have this thought that somebody else from the Wyatt family could win the Rumble. And
what?
That man is
Get out
Luke
of town.
Harper.
Oh, I don't know about that. That's even more far-fetched.
On Raw, Luke Harper laid out Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, but I mean,
Harper did this. He's the guy from the Wyatt family. He's not scary McBeardy face. That is the big dumb looking enforcer. He's the guy that wrestles and wins, and he's just He's the heart and soul of that organization, the Wyatt family. He doesn't talk a lot. I'm really standing on my soapbox right now, wishing that Luke Harper was more than just the silent member of the Wyatt family.
Yeah.
You know?
No, man, I
He's
agree.
that guy with the dirty shirt. You know, it's
Yeah. I think he's great. I think he's phenomenal, and I think at some point, he has, all the capabilities to be a world champion, but I just don't see him doing that now as a piece of the Wyatt family. Like, he's not even the,
maybe he wins the Rumble, becomes champion, and that puts him kind of in a weird spot with Bray. You know, maybe he can start like trying to push Bray out, and Bray doesn't like it. And
Yeah, this is kind of like a weird, like, dark version of, like, Evolution or, like, Nation of Domination kind of scenario. And I get it, and I like it.
It's a formula that works if that's the way you're going with that.
Yeah. Yeah, I just don't see...
The leader must fall.
Yeah, I just don't see them doing anything that out there. I think someone's going to take this belt, and it's going to be somebody... not entirely predictable, but somebody credible and somebody that you can go, well, I guess, that makes sense. Or not even just that, not that reaction. I mean, I think Lesnar could take it. I think Triple H, it would suck, but I think he could take it. And you'd go, okay, he's got a thing going on with Reigns. I think WWE is crazy enough to have Roman Reigns retain, even. I think that I don't want to see that, but I think that they could do it. Think of all the stuff
that they would have him retain. He'd go wire to wire the year after he won the thing. So he's going to become a 2-time champion and win wire to wire. That's Shawn Michaels, Stone Cold, Ric Flair kind of shit. That's not Roman Reigns kind of stuff here.
No, but that's what they think he is, though. That's the thing. Is like,
no, they don't. They think he's bullshit. Come on.
No, they love Roman Reigns.
Why?
Well, we don't love Roman Reigns, but they love Roman Reigns.
To give that guy.
Vince loves Roman Reigns. Think of everything that they've given him so far.
Oh,
he already has. In his second year, he already has he had the Royal Rumble elimination records. Like, this is his thing. Like, the Royal Rumble has become his niche thing. Like, he almost won it 2 years ago. He won it last year, and he broke Kane's record. He could win it again this year. That's what they...
all of a sudden got irrationally mad at Roman Reigns for being such a fucking dick face at this whole thing. If I have to look at him go out there and laugh and smile and try to be, Stone Cold 3.0 here, it's going to drive me fucking nuts, and I'm going to want a heel champion who just does what he wants, not a face champion who does what he wants and then giggles at Stephanie, and I don't know, it's infuriating, and I don't want this guy around.
Yeah. I don't know, man. They just love him. It wouldn't blow me away if he retained. So, I think AJ Styles will not only debut, but I think he will have a significant role in this Rumble. If they don't go with Roman, I think AJ Styles plays a role in eliminating Roman Reigns, and he is immediately thrusted to the forefront of not so much League of Nations, but like the Authority. I think that they have found a good replacement for Seth Rollins with AJ Styles, which would set up an awesome return for Seth Rollins, in a great first feud for Seth Rollins when he comes back that he's kind of forgotten about, old news with the Authority, and they found this new AJ Styles to take his place. I mean, that right there, I'm just salivating at that match, AJ Styles versus Seth Rollins. And that'd be a perfect way to do it. And it's nice and clean. You get Roman out. So.
See, I don't know about having AJ come into the Rumble. It's just, it's a weird place to debut somebody.
Really? I think it's a great way to debut somebody.
Yeah, but in a match where the title is on the line, so yeah, he debuts and has an impact, but then gets eliminated. Well, who by who? The Big Show? Kalisto going to eliminate him? I mean, what's going on here?
Well, I mean, I
What's
don't
the
know. I
over
mean,
under going to be on Legends in this match?
yeah, they always got to have a few, right?
I think DDP shows up with Jake the Snake, and
Oh God, that'd be a sight. I don't know. He does have that movie coming out, so he's got to promote it. So who knows? I don't want to see that though. I don't want to see Jake hobble down and take a bad spill over the top. I don't know. That's always
he does
interesting too.
yoga.
It's always a fun surprise. Let's take a quick. We've got this afternoon. I did a Periscope and just to kind of promote the show. So, and then
What's
I
a
asked some
Periscope?
people. Yeah, remember Periscope? I did that. That happened. That was my first one in like, I don't know, 6 months, maybe longer. But anyway, so I did a little.
tout.
What?
Did you tout about it?
Did I tout about it?
Greg's laughing.
What does that mean? I don't even know what that means. You'll have to explain that to me later. Greg, what is that? Explain this to me.
That was the WWE version of Vine. Remember, it lasted like a month.
Oh no, I don't remember that. That's tout, huh? Weird. I don't know. I feel like my dad right now, not getting a joke that I'm making. I feel like you guys are swerving me on my own show, you sons of bitches.
Yeah, just wait till that shock hits you in the nads.
Yeah. So we took. So I asked some people to to throw out some questions, some topics of conversation for us that we could discuss regarding the Rumble. So let's see. We got a couple here. We got Gilbert, Mr. GQU, on Twitter. He says, let's see. He said, out of all the NXT top guys, I think Baron Corbin or Finn Balor could be a surprise entrant in the Rumble. Who do you think that they pick to do that? Do you think they bring up any like NXT guys, essentially? So, Gilbert, thank you for your question. I don't know. I think that's interesting to have somebody come up. I think Sami Zayn maybe is one. He's had a little bit of experience up there, so he's kind of like an in-between guy. So I think Sami is one. I don't think they're ready for the Balor debut yet, just because his debut is going to be pretty spectacular with his entrance, and the Rumble's not like the entrance has got to be quick, so it's not going to be a great spot for him. I don't know. Who do you guys think? Harmon.
I think maybe this ties in with your AJ Styles thing, but maybe a Samoa Joe comes in and AJ takes him out.
Yeah, that'd be cool. That'd be really cool, actually. Greg, what do you think?
Just to contradict you, I think Balor. I think introducing Balor at the Royal Rumble, enough people know him. Where I think that it'll be a really big surprise, and you don't get the feel of his entrance as much. I wouldn't do a demon entrance for him. I would just do regular old Finn boy, and just have him come down and great way to introduce him to the main roster. I don't think it necessarily means that's it for him. He's on the main roster now. I just think NXT champion getting a chance to be in the Royal Rumble, I think, is a good maybe stipulation that they could continue on for the coming years. You know what I mean? Whoever's NXT champion at the time gets to be in the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, I'd dig that. That would be pretty cool. That'd be a nice stipulation. All right. Also,
I do like that.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Good thinking. Also, another question from Mr. GQU is what do you say here? Now that they confirmed AJ in the Rumble, minus Triple H being a favorite, I'm reading Shane McMahon possibly also. What do you think? I don't know. I haven't really heard that, and I know that they've confirmed AJ. I think, like, possibly being there, but I don't know if he's definitely confirmed for the Rumble. I mean, unless I missed something, but I know that he's rumored to be in it. So we'll see on that. But Shane, I mean, Shane is always entertaining. I don't think he's coming back to be in the Rumble by any means, but he might make an appearance and maybe do something. But as far as like an entrant into the Rumble, highly unlikely. But Shane O'Mac is always fun to watch. I always liked him. So I don't know. Your guys' thoughts?
I think there's 0.0% chance that Shane McMahon will be in the Royal Rumble. I would lose my mind if he came out and was in the Royal Rumble. I think it would be awesome, but unfortunately, I don't think that there's any way Shane McMahon will be in the Royal Rumble.
Correct.
Do you guys think we see the return of maybe, I don't know, Cesaro won't be there, right? I mean,
I doubt it.
I am holding out hope for Daniel Bryan because the whole thing is so strange, so bizarre that he's saying he's ready to go and WWE's saying he's not. I read today or yesterday that he's supposed to find out a little bit more about his future or whatever this week. So I'm giving it I'm throwing down a 50% chance that Daniel Bryan will be in the Royal Rumble. So
they have him going to a signing for something like taking Seth Rollins' spot at a signing in like Pittsburgh too.
Yeah, so I mean, it's a possibility. He's had a lot of time to heal. I don't know what's going on with him. I mean, obviously nobody really does, whether it's neck or what it is. But you looking at a cat?
Yeah, your cat is cleaning itself, and it's amazing. It's enchanting. I can't stop looking.
It's making me wish for Tyson Kidd to come back.
Yeah, he's not coming back. Ever.
No.
So, which is too bad. Well, I don't know ever, but like he's not coming back for a while, if ever. Which is too bad because I really like Tyson Kidd. Yeah, I mean that's another thing. They have so many guys out that are hurt that it's going to be interesting to see if they come back. If somebody comes back, DB would be awesome. Like Daniel Bryan would be fantastic. I would lose my shit if he came back. I think it could happen. I think it'd be great. If he comes back, I don't know if he wins. It would be so cool if he did, but I don't think that he does. I think
make up for the last 2 years.
Yeah, I mean, but I feel like that's a little too much. You can't just put the belt on a guy that's been out for 2 years. Yeah, so it's like, I don't know. He comes back and gets eliminated, but I think just his arrival or his comeback is good enough, and people are going to be satisfied with that, and it's going to be fun. I don't know, Kane. I think Kane will probably maybe be involved in this. This seems to be like his thing. He's got records to kind of uphold, and I don't know. I think that he could.
They had a thing on. I think it was on Cage Side Seats. It was if you threw Kane out, you had like a 90% chance to be in the final four of the Rumble.
Oh, really? Yeah. Oh, it makes sense. I don't know.
Undertaker.
It's a possibility. Yep.
First, the only possibility is that Kevin Owens could leave here, Intercontinental and Heavyweight Champion.
God, that'd be amazing.
But they don't do that anymore. They don't put the guys that have matches on before the Rumble. They don't put them in the Rumble anymore. They used to do that all the time, but the last few years they haven't been doing that.
Really?
So you're telling me Kevin Owens isn't going to be in the Royal Rumble?
I think it's a very good possibility he's not going to be in it.
They don't have enough guys
I don't know
to put him in there.
I don't know about that, man. I think Del Rio's in this thing. I think I think they have to be. I don't think they have enough star power with all the injuries right now to leave these guys out. I mean, they're gonna if Owens and Del Rio aren't in this, I mean, who else is in this? You know,
Fandango.
Fandango and Adam Rose and Heath Slater, like these are the guys that are going to be in this Rumble if you don't have those guys. So I don't know, man. I disagree. I think that these guys have to be in there. I think.
I think I mean, don't get me wrong. I think that they should be, but based on the last couple years, they might not be. Just
Yeah.
because they've been excluding. They're not having people do double duty like they used to.
Right. Yeah, I don't know, man. What do you guys think of Lesnar's involvement in this? Do you think? I mean, he's a maniac. Like he should be like the front runner to win this thing. He's had the target on his back though from League of Nations and the Wyatts, so you know maybe he gets ganged up on and eliminated. But I don't see that happening. I don't know how you eliminate that guy, and I don't know who does it. So. What do you guys think? He's like an interesting entrant to me in this whole shebang. Greg, what do you think?
For whatever reason, it makes sense for him to win it, but for whatever reason, from the beginning, I haven't seen him being the winner. I don't have a lot of reasons why that is. I just don't think that he needs the title going into WrestleMania. I think he will challenge whoever wins the title. I think that's going to be his role. I don't really know who's going to eliminate him. I mean, if I'm staying true to who my pick is to win the Royal Rumble, I'm going to say probably the Wyatts are responsible for eliminating Lesnar. I mean, I don't know what else. I don't know who else is going to do it.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Harmon, what do you think? What do you think of Lesnar?
I think he's going to be in the final 4 guys in this match. However he gets tossed over the top rope, because I don't think he's going to win. I think however he gets tossed over the top rope, it's going to involve people who are already eliminated.
Oh yeah, you think so?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. Do some shady business.
Either the Wyatt family or the League of Nations, or but it's going to be, New Day, hauling them over from the outside or something.
Yep. That makes sense. How interested are you guys to see Chris Jericho in this match?
I forgot he was even in it until you just said that.
Exactly. So not interested at all, are you, Harmon? Nope. I feel you, man. I am not interested in Jericho at all nowadays. I think he's been okay the last 2 weeks. I hated his last stint when he came in. I thought that was just wasted time. But I don't know. He just doesn't do anything for me anymore. He's been okay the last couple weeks, and I think him in the Rumble is fine and all, but he's not the Chris Jericho of old. Like he shouldn't be a Final Four participant in this, and I think unfortunately he will be. I think that it'll come down to him and like Lesnar and maybe Bray and I don't know somebody else probably somebody glaringly that I'm missing. But I don't know. Greg, what do you think of Jericho?
I still like Jericho. You can see his age in the ring when he wrestles. When he had that match with Neville, I was just like, man, seeing somebody as fast as Neville, that was a bad pairing for Jericho, because it was like you really see how slow Jericho's gotten. But I think Jericho's always, if you look back at prior Rumbles, he's always been an early entrant. So I think they're going to keep that going. He's probably going to be like early to mid entrant. I don't think he'll make it to the Final Four. If he comes midway, I have a feeling he'll be thrown out probably just before the Final Four. So yeah, I don't think he'll be in the Final Four.
Gotcha.
Does Vince McMahon enter this Rumble?
Oh man, I don't think so. Any other surprise entrants you guys think?
The Rock.
Like, yeah, oh yeah, The Rock. I was gonna bring that up. Yeah, The Rock. Where do you think he stands in all this? If he enters the Rumble, man, I mean, who eliminates The Rock? You know, like if he enters the Rumble, he probably wins this. I'm just saying. I don't know. Like I think it's hard to bring a guy like The Rock in and then have him get eliminated. I don't know. It's just silly.
The only thing about The Rock is I've read that he can't wrestle at WrestleMania.
Yeah, he's not medically cleared.
Because of a movie he's shooting, and it's like in the contract that he can't do that, can't wrestle at WrestleMania. So I don't know if that was all just whatever. I who knows if that was true or not. So I mean, if he is in the Royal Rumble, I don't think he's gonna win. Just for that reason, I don't think he can wrestle at WrestleMania, so he can't be in the main event.
Too bad. Why would he sign that contract? That's crazy. Is there anybody that we're forgetting? Like,
I want X-Pac to run in.
X-Pac? Might tear his asshole running in. He's the worst. I don't know, man. Is there anybody that we're forgetting? I know, like we haven't mentioned Sheamus. I don't think once in this podcast, which is okay with me. But
we mentioned the League of Nations, just not him.
Yeah. Did you guys find it at all funny on Monday that the League of Nations had that? You know, when they kind of came out at the beginning of the show, down with like Jericho or was it the beginning of the show? Yeah, Jericho and Reigns. That all three members that are kind of terrible on the mic of the League of Nations, they all spoke, but Barrett did not. The best guy on the mic, they don't give him the mic. I was like, what the fuck is this? Like, Rusev's out there just spouting garbage. Del Rio can barely speak English, and like Sheamus just can't put two words together.
Sheamus sounds like he has a 3-pound tongue. He's like,
yeah. Right, and you just got Barrett out back there, like just slapping shoulders, like yeah, like doesn't get the mic at all. It's atrocious, I tell you, terrible. But yeah, man, I don't know. I think Sheamus is probably Final Four. I'm assuming, just because he's been a recent champ, and they seem to think that he's important. So. Let's see who we got here. We just got a Twitter update from Joey Disco. Joey Disco says, at Jonny Fashion, why can't the WWE give us more than 1 to 4 plausible winners for the Royal Rumble? I don't know, man. I think
Is the roster so thin?
Yeah, they don't have more than 1 to 4 plausible WWE champions. That's why.
Yeah. But I don't know, man. I'm like if I'm looking kind of across the board, I think that it's more open for the taking than it ever has been right now. I feel like, and it's for the belt, which is kind of scary, because I think it like in the past it's kind of unbelievable to give somebody that WrestleMania moment, but for some reason right now, like I can see. Like Del Rio being in the Final Four, I could see Sheamus being in the Final Four. I can see Lesnar, Jericho, Bray. Like I can see all these guys, like being right there. Even Harmon's, Luke Harper, I could see being right there. Owens could be right there. Like I think there's a ton of guys that they have to choose from. Reigns obviously will be probably Final Four. Maybe, I don't know, unless Triple H gets involved, but. I think they have more than enough guys.
Curtis Axel is still in the Final Four from last year. So.
Curtis Axel's still running with this thing. But yeah, I don't know. I see where you're coming from there, Joey Disco. But I don't know. It's I think it's more broad than meets the eye here. I don't know. Anybody else that we're thinking of putting in this Rumble? Anybody that we've forgotten?
Bull Dempsey.
Bull Dempsey. Right. Who did you say, Greg?
Santino.
Santino Marella.
How
Oh
about
man.
Christian? Christian come in,
Christian's
come
gonna
in.
die if he enters a ring again.
Oh, really?
No, I don't know. That's Edge. I have no idea about Christian. I just know that
Well, he
he'll.
does have that new show coming out with Edge, so maybe it's,
Uh,
remember me? I have a show on the WWE Network.
yeah,
And
they'll
then he
do
gets-
2 episodes of that, and
then he
then
gets thrown out.
yeah,
That
like
Big
like
Show.
Legends with JBL.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
How about Ziggler? Ziggler, he's going to be in this, right?
Yeah, we haven't mentioned Ziggler at all. God, we haven't mentioned Ziggler. There's a guy we forgot. We haven't mentioned his name once. Greg, you talk about that. You are a big Ziggler guy going coast to coast. Bring it on right now.
God, yeah, I want to see somebody go coast to coast, and I want it to resemble HBK 1995 coast to coast with the British Bulldog. I think that is exactly what Dolph Ziggler needs to get over that hump into the main event. He would be so much more credible if he did something like that.
Well, it won't happen this year because Roman's number 1 and Big Show's number 2, right?
Is Big Show number 2?
I heard that he is. Maybe I'm just spitting gibberish. It'd be great if it wasn't, because I
usually just all year long say Big Show's number 2, so maybe that's why you're thinking.
maybe. But it would be great if Ziggler was number 2 and did go coast to coast. That'd be phenomenal.
Yeah.
I like Ziggler a lot too.
Coast to coast with Reigns, I mean but that's something he needs. He needs to be in the main event. He just needs something credible to happen. I mean, they were almost there last year when they had him be the final survivor in Survivor Series. I mean, that was awesome. I thought that we were going that way, but I don't know. Just a guy can dream, but that's what I want to see happen to Dolph Ziggler.
Yep, I'm right there with you. Dolph Ziggler makes me think of Rusev. That's another guy we really haven't mentioned. I mean, I know we've mentioned League of Nations, but Rusev was assumed the winner last year until Reigns tossed him out. So there's another guy that's, again, it's credible that he could be in the Final Four.
Yeah, he's a definite beast in the Royal Rumble.
Rumble. He's got like the perfect body type for a Rumble. He's kind of like
he's big
he's
and low.
Yeah. So, what kind of crazy spot does Kofi Kingston have for us this year? Anybody?
I have no idea. Like he gets thrown out, lands on Xavier Woods, and uses Xavier Woods to get himself back in the ring.
It's gonna be something. It's gonna be something with the New Day.
Mm-hmm.
Something involving them. What if? All right. So what if Kalisto's trampoline is still out by the ring, and Kofi gets thrown onto that and like jumps off of that onto like someone or something or
Big E.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see them doing that, just like deliberately cheating. Like Big E just catches them and like carries them back into the ring. Like it's simple and it's
like a lawn dart.
Yeah, right.
Or Big E carries him to the back until the end.
Yeah, that'd be cool too. Yeah, yeah. I mean, you think like they're gonna probably have a nice prominent role in this Rumble too. I mean, they're so hot. Like they're in everything on Raw. Like why wouldn't they have like a really important spot in this Rumble? So I don't know. And like I'm just running down the roster. Like, I think we kind of say like that their roster's kind of thin right now, but I don't know, man. I think their roster's pretty good at the moment. Like if you look at these entrants into the Rumble, you're gonna have guys like Stardust. You're gonna have guys like Neville. I mean, these guys are gonna do some pretty cool spots. These mid-tier guys or these mid-level guys. It's not gonna be like, I don't know what Rumble you were watching earlier, Greg, but I'm sure that there were some people in there that you're like, oh God, I remember that guy. Guys that have just come and gone that were just used as filler in the Rumble. I mean, I can't really think of guys that they're going to use for that. I mean, maybe Fandango, I guess, would be considered like a filler spot. I don't know. I mean, there's
Bo
There's
Dallas, Adam Rose.
yeah, there's those guys, but those guys are fun, and the fans are behind those guys. So it's like, you're not gonna get, just like those knockoff like 1990s guys that they would just come in that didn't have anything else to do on the show. Like, you're gonna have credible guys. You're gonna have, like I said, Ziggler or Neville and Stardust and whoever wins that first match. So I don't know. I think it's gonna be a really fun Rumble, and it being for the WWE Championship makes it all the better. So, you guys have any other thoughts on this thing? We'll wrap it up here if you don't.
I don't. I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm really pumped. Harmon, are you pumped?
I'm not pumped. The Royal Rumble was a clusterfuck.
No, it's not. The Rumble's gonna be fucking awesome. It's gonna be awesome.
I'm gonna watch it. I even have the day off from work the next day, so I'm definitely watching it.
There you go. Nice.
Because we got to watch the Patriots too that day. And
yeah, you should come over and watch it. Come up here. It'd be fun. Drive 5 hours north.
4 hours away.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, that's the Royal Rumble. That's our preview and prediction. So hopefully something that we came up with tonight comes true, and WWE doesn't totally screw it up like it did last year. Yeah. Anyway, I was so pissed after last year. So many people were. But hopefully it's better this year, and because I love the Rumble. I want to see it succeed. So, all right, guys. Well, hey.
Greg, you want to plug your column? Your first ever column?
Greg.
Yes, it's getting posted, or it has been posted.
I think it's getting posted like very, very soon, like today or
Tonight,
tomorrow or something. Probably tomorrow, because I think
I have my very first column being posted. Conveniently, it's about the Royal Rumble. So
that's just good timing.
My cat helped me write it, so it's a good read.
Well, it's about the Royal Rumble. What is your column going to be about? On the same topic. Same kind of. Whenever you do it.
The column's mostly about how shitty the Royal Rumble has gotten, and how it used to be awesome, and you didn't know who was gonna win, and now that's all changed, and kind of just me hoping that this year is gonna be different, and they're gonna have maybe go the other way with it, but that's pretty much the concept of it's just how bad last year was and the year before, and me expressing my love for the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, and I think this one is just kind of like just like a random column for you. I think where we're gonna put it in Harmon's good push, bad push spot on the site, and then moving forward, you're starting your column of who you can make WWE champ in 1 year. I'm not sure if you have a title for this column or not yet, but recently you put out a poll on Twitter, and I can't remember the participants. I know Goldust, I think, was in there.
Cesaro, Ziggler, Cesaro, and Goldust.
Yeah.
So those four.
Yeah. And then so whoever got the most votes on that, you're gonna write a column about how you could make them WWE champ within 1 year.
Yes.
So, and that's gonna be an ongoing thing, correct?
Yeah.
Like maybe like monthly or something like that. So.
Oh yeah, monthly timetable, bi-monthly, tri-monthly.
Tri-monthly. Yeah.
You mean like how I do good push, bad push?
Exactly. So,
but so be on the lookout for that.
Awesome. Cool. All right, guys. Well, hey, thanks for joining me, and to all of our listeners, thanks for listening. You guys can check out smarkandmark.com. Please go there. Check out. We've got tons of columns and podcasts and videos now. Wrestle Crate unboxings. Yours truly. And check me out at Twitter at Jonny Fashion.
We've got merch.
Harmon?
We've got T-shirts, cups.
Oh, that's right. We do have all that merch, right? Tons
We
of
do
merch.
have merch.
Harmon, where are you at on Twitter?
I'm at Harmon316.
Greg, how about yourself?
At Gregulator85.
Perfect. So follow those cats. And you can check out Smark on Twitter, at @SmarkandMark_PW. Again, go to smarkandmark.com, check it out. And I don't know. That's about it, guys. Thanks for joining me. This has been a blast.
Yes.
Let's
Yes,
get
it
ready to
has.
rock.
All right.
Yes, it has.
Peace out, y'all.
Bye.